can I say about Kevin Smith that hasn't already been said by him more than once? For a man whose on-screen persona is Silent Bob, this guy talks a lot. One of his most frequent topics of discussion is support for independent artists, which may be why an independent artist such as myself might consider him to be a little bit of a hero. Although it's not just that. Smith has talked at length about how he felt sitting in the theater and watching Slacker for the first time, and how he was inspired. He said, if this counts, then count me in, because I can do this. Personally, I felt the same way the first time I saw Clerks. Now don't get me wrong, it isn't because the film isn't great, because in my opinion, it really is great. It was because it was a story of the same world that I live in. It was kind of gritty, it was shot in black and white, and if we're honest, it wasn't completely polished. But for once, I saw the reality of the world that I lived in up on the big screen. And I thought to myself, if this counts, then count me in too. And keep in mind, I hadn't heard him say that about Slacker. It had been, well, up until this past year, where I had actually heard him say that about Slacker. Now, it's not just as a director and a public speaker and a storyteller that Kevin Smith is inspiring me. As a gentleman of the larger persuasion, I don't really get to see myself up on film very often. At least not when the character isn't the butt of some joke. He may have only taken on the role because he wanted to be in the movie he made and thought this might be his only chance. Silent Bob gave me a way to move through the world without constantly making jokes at my expense in order to fit in. And I'm not kidding. There's been more than a few people in my life who thought I only had a 5-word vocabulary before they said the right thing that triggered a knowledge bomb that Silent Bob is kind of known for. I could go on and on about how great Kevin Smith is, and I probably will come back to it someday, but I think I've taken up enough of your time. Plus, I still kind of want to keep that Silent Bob-esque persona going for a little while longer. But for now, Kevin Smith, you are my hero. Alright, if you missed my last video about my plan for beginning to look like a hero, be sure to go ahead and check that out. As well as check back next Tuesday for the progress report about how that's all going. And while I have you coming back, be sure to subscribe for more hero profiles, concepts, and more. And please click like if you enjoyed this, because that'll help me out. I will see you next week, Rebels.